There is so much hype around AI recently that I had to address this in a separate video from what you usually see on this channel because it kind of affects all of our lives daily. If you work in development, marketing, online, and maybe even offline, it doesn't really matter. It kind of affects our life in different ways. And at first, it came like a big hype, life changing thing, right? And later on, we kind of see where the limits are, where it can make a lot of mistakes and make things way worse than you would done it manually yourself. So in this video, I'm going to talk about AI, its limits, why I think it's completely overhyped, and where it can be actually useful. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stop talking about AI and recommend AI tools because nowadays it's a must. It's an integrated part of online marketing, which is the industry that I specialize in. There's a lot of benefits to it, but it cannot make decisions as humans. It cannot make proper decisions. It can hallucinate and do a lot of bad things, which is I'm going to talk about more details in this video. So stay tuned. You can grab some coffee or tea. Actually, before we start, I'm gonna make myself coffee and then we can start. Okay, I'm ready to start. If you're a millennial as me, you probably heard about big data about 10 years ago that was supposed to be a life-changing technology, and every technology company in Silicon Valley was hyping up the term big data. We use big data. We we use big data to gain advantage over the competitors and stuff like that. And behind the scenes, what was the big data? It was the MySQL tables, Google Analytics for the most. And some companies did took it to a serious level, let's say the R2 analysis and Python data analysis, but most of it is hype because nowadays nobody talks about big data anymore. All of a sudden, it kind of disappeared. So that was 10 years ago. Then we had different other gimmicks and hypes coming from Silicon Valley. If it's NFT, crypto, I think crypto doesn't have a value until this day that can be life changing. I think it's kind of like gambling, but it's not topic of this video. The thing is, when AI was introduced few years back, it was supposed to be something revolutionary, life-changing. It doesn't mean that AI is fake, but let's say that Silicon Valley kind of hyped it up 10 times more than what it actually is. Now, here's the reality check for this year. AI was supposed to make everyone productive, more efficient. It was supposed to make our life easier. For example, I don't need to go over emails. AI can do that for me. I don't need to go over marketing platforms. AI can do it for me. At the end of the day, I was supposed to click one button, give it some nice prompt, and it will do everything for me. Until this day, AI agents are standing for this kind of a thing to automate and save your time. That's what was promised. But let's look at the reality. We work more nowadays with AI, not less. I remember working 2 times less with 2 times more clients back, let's say, in 2022. And nowadays, I work harder than ever before. Now, yes, I do create much more things. I bring much more value to the clients because I can generate a much better reports that go in depth with the use of AI. I can use AI to do a deep analysis that previously could have taken me several days. For example, you have a search term report of 10,000 different terms and you need to go over it manually. I mean, you can use formulas in Excel, Google spreadsheet, and all of that, but at the end of the day, it took a lot of time. Now it takes way less with AI. there is definitely a benefit to it. But if we look at the whole picture, it's becoming harder and challenging nowadays. It doesn't make our life easier. Also, there was a hype of tech companies firing employees to replace them with AI. And it didn't age well because now they're kind of trying to bring back the employees after they discovered how expensive it is to run AI with all the talking costs and everything. It costs way more than hire a proper human expert to do that job, which is very interesting. And I'm very curious how it will turn out next year. Another thing is that these companies, they maybe at this moment that I released the video, some of them already public, but they try to go public, go IPO, and they need to justify the company evaluation, which is billions of dollars, like if we look at Anthropic or OpenAI. So they need to justify why they're so expensive and valuable. So they try to hype it up. Let's say they try to release new models. For example, Fable, that was released and then kind of suspended by US government. And I got a chance to use that model for one day. And I can tell you that it's a great model. It's nice. It does way less errors, hallucinations. It takes a lot of context into account. But if we compare it to Opus, let's say 4.8, which was the previous model, I would say it's 2 times, 3 times better. Amazing. But nothing life-changing. It cannot gain subconsciousness, some kind of a crazy level of AI that can solve very complicated solutions. It takes more things into account. It makes less mistakes, and that's about that. Like if you buy, let's say, a MacBook that was made in 2020, and then you buy the next model in 2022, then you can see, okay, they made, instead of M1, they use M2 chip. Amazing. It makes your laptop maybe 20, 30% better. I don't know. That's about it. It's not like the next laptop is going to change your life completely. It's a slight incremental improvement over time, and that's how the technology was always. What's unusual about this, it's the hype that they're making behind it. Now I'm going to bring a few examples from my personal experience. I've been managing Google Ads for more than 10 years for different types of campaigns, different types of clients, industries. And at first, when I just started in digital marketing, I was doing different types of channels, if it's paid advertising, search engine optimization, email marketing, you name it. So I've been through the trenches, I've been through it all. And now with the introduction of AI, I decided to give it a go and test it out on data and see how it will perform. Now, it is very important for me to mention that I gave it only a read-only access, and the clients had to agree to this as well, because you cannot give client data to third-party tool like Anthropic without client's approval, which is very, very important. So you need client's approval before you do any of that. With that said, first of all, there were more than one issues with it. First of all, hallucinations. It made up reports, it invented numbers, make up campaign data. And when I asked it, where did these numbers came from? It kind of said, oh, I'm sorry, I made these numbers up, which is insane. Like, think about, you have a client that you manage for $200,000 monthly media budget, and it does some kind of an error. How costly this error can be for that client. It's devastating. It's insane how crazy it is. People that are hyping and saying things like, I fired my paid advertising manager, or I fired my ad agency to replace it with AI. I want to see their account in a few months from now on. Yeah. Because it's going to be a very, very interesting case. The second thing is that data gets erased or overwritten in automations without a warning. You need to have a proper, strict automation flow for the AI agent so he will have a context and things like that. In most cases, it does pretty good job, but sometimes it decides to skip things, skip some context. You can specify it multiple times, 100 times. Do not make optimization without reading the main optimization file. And in 1 out of 10 prompts, it will decide to skip it. I don't know what's the reason behind it, something related to the back end of it. The bottom line is that it's not reliable. You cannot rely on it. To make 10% chance of mistake is way too much for somebody to afford this. Moving on to next one. No real context. If you don't build an advanced kind of a logic, temporary data, then it has no idea what it did 10 minutes ago. So you can do a proper optimization, let's say yesterday over the account, spend 4 hours, you come back tomorrow and it has no memory of that. What it does usually, it goes over the account again, suggest you some things that you already applied because sometimes it overlooks the change history. In the end, you getting the same thing. So you're basically doing the same thing twice. You waste bunch of tokens, so you need to upgrade your subscription. So you see where it's going. It's kind of insane. Another thing is that it makes wrong decisions, but it makes them in such a high confidence that if you're not experienced, for example, you're a client managing a Shopify store and you don't have a proper expertise in Google Ads because it's a separate expertise industry, like accounting, like a legal department. Everyone has its own expertise. So if you're not familiar, you lack of experience and knowledge in that field, and it gives you a suggestion, you have very little to no objection to it. And you cannot easily spot if it gives you some BS, resulting in very bad decisions that can really impact your account. But the biggest issue that I see with AI is that people are outsourcing their thinking to a tool that can make a lot of errors and hallucinations, especially when it comes to big decisions. So if we look at not just developers, let's look at the marketing managers, ad agency. Juniors stop learning the fundamentals because AI does it for them. In the short term, they get results faster, but in the long term, they self-sabotaging themselves because they don't have these fundamentals to object AI when it makes mistakes. And I think that's actually the real danger, not some Skynet and Terminator. You put your major decisions into a tool that can hallucinate, make mistakes, imperfect, crashes, ends tokens, makes you wait for the next day to restart. I think that's the biggest issue. Now, before we end this video, I don't want you to think about me as AI hater, because I'm not. I really like use of AI, and it brings value to some of the things in my work, in my business, even things outside of my work, such as vacation planning. I'm not telling you to quit AI. I use it more almost now than ever before. I'm telling you to stop believing that it's some kind of a fairy tale. It's a tool. It's a good one, not a miracle, not your replacement or your savior from the above. I want to hear from you. Drop in the comments what is the dumbest thing AI did for you this year. I'm very curious to know. That's it for this video rant. I hope you got some useful tips and insights from it. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.